Hi everyone! My name is Chantel and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a collaboration planned for you with Jen's Creative Kreations and Fahy Art. I will link both their channels down below and in the iCard section. So, the prompt is birds. And I thought, why not make a journal with birds? But not your usual birds. Well, they're still usual birds, but not your florally happy, chirpy kind of birds. What I have for you today is a gothic kind of journal with birds. Birds will be featured throughout the journal. The papers I will be using, the main papers, are mainly black and white and like a beige kind of color. And I will go through them a little bit more when you see the actual journal come together. These pages are from ReleasetheCraftin on Etsy, and I will link below what kits they come from. So these ones are the After Dark kit and the Dark Goddess kit. And then I also have so this is the main pages for the journal. And then these two come from the Curiously Witchy kit, also from the same shop. And then this one comes from a bird lovers kit by Gifts and Things. I will leave the link in the description box below as well. So this is just the envelope that I printed from that kit. This kit actually came with a lot of bright colors and flowers and all that kind of stuff, but I didn't want to go that way. I might in the future make a journal with that, but not for now. So this is the main thing that I'll be using for my journal, and I will be adding a lot of extra stuff as well. So I had this tissue paper, and I think if I make little envelopes from old books or dictionary pages, and I put this on the other side, on the outside, that would be really nice as a decoration. So I've got a bit of that. And then on the outside of the journal, I want to use this lace that you've probably seen me unbox a while ago. I want to use that lace probably also a little bit on the inside. I made this giant roll of ephemera tape. So these are basically cut-offs of the paper that I use in the journals, plus strips of scrapbooking paper that are also cut-offs, and I've just sewn them together into this giant coil. So I'll be using some of that here and there for just to add a little bit extra. And then I have a little box with all these wood chip stuffs, and I thought these three would look nice in this journal. And then my friend Jen, she sent me the Tim Holtz tags, and I just picked up a few, and these will probably be used throughout the journal. And then in this little box, which is also a Tim Holtz box, you can basically make a journal inside of this thing. But I use it for all my ephemera words. So I'll be taking stuff out of that one. Then my father-in-law's father collected stamps, and I am pretty sure I can find some bird stamps in here. So they will make an appearance in the journal as well. There we have one. That's probably one that I won't use, but just to give you an example. So I'll be taking from that as well. I've got some black envelopes. I think I will be using black paper mixed with tea stained paper, and then I'll add in some envelopes as well. And then we have my charms box. I don't think I showed anyone this yet. So we have pins, we have silver and gold ephemera. I don't really like to use gold. I only really use silver or brass, like brass or bronze. We've got coins and feathers, so feathers I'll definitely be using. The Alice in Wonderland stuff that Jen sent me. Ravens I'll be using. Probably use a key as well. Oh, we have this one too. That will be nice as well. Keys, book corners, the tiniest little paper clips that I got on AliExpress. flowers, more wooden pieces, tassels, 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 and a lot of bells. And you know that I like to add little bells to my journals. Let's just get started, shall we? First I'm going to cut all of this to size and I'll be back to you. Okay, so I started trimming my paper, and this is the first one I did. I only took off the white edges. But then I thought, I have these envelopes, so why don't I make a journal out of these envelopes? And Carol Tinson has a YouTube channel as well, and I will leave a link down below of her envelope journal tutorial. Basically what it is you take an envelope, you take the next one, you glue around these edges, you line them up, and then you stick them down. And then you move on to the next one. So you glue this, line them up, and glue it down. And then eventually you glue this one as well, and then you have a journal with all these three glued down and stuck together. And then what you do is you cut this part open so you have a pocket. You can even open it at the top if you would like. That is what I am going to do. I won't step you through all of these steps because Carol Tinson explains it really well, but I will speed up the video so you can see what I'm doing. So this is basically the spine. So by now you can glue this up like before. Just make sure you glue up that part really, really well. And then fold it closed again. And then you have your journal. So I will be decorating this with all the papers that I've got still. That's not going to change at all. It's just going to be a smaller journal than normal. And it will have obviously 5 pockets. And I cut out this envelope, and that will definitely be in there too. So I just glued it on top of a sheet of dictionary paper with a glue stick, and then folded the pages, cut it out. Well, I cut it out and then I folded it, and I'm gonna stitch around everything. First this part when it's still open, and then all around to give it that nice finished look, and then that will be added to this journal as well. So I'm thinking of adding some pages inside, which means I will come out here with my thread, and then before I close it I can probably stitch it, because that would give a nicer result, or I can have the threads hanging from the back. But then I will come out differently everywhere. So what I might do, or I can just add booklets. Let's just add booklets. Maybe that's a nice idea. Okay, let's close this up. So now this is basically my spine, as you can see. And then we have all the pages here. They're all glued down. And now I can trim off a very tiny part of this part or this part. And do the same at the front. So at the front I will take the two parts off. And this is also by Tinson that I saw where I saw it. But I will leave everything below, or all the links below, because credit where credit is due, right? All right, let's decorate it. So the sections I need to cut out. Okay, I'm gonna measure in centimeters. Or 120, I'm gonna write it down. 120 centimeters by, I say 170. And then of course I'm gonna decide on what part. Like if I cut it here, the bird will be cut off, but obviously I want the bird. So I'm gonna decide when I'm gonna trim. I'm gonna decide which part looks best. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I need 10 cutouts for this journal. So let me do that and come back to you. So I've got all my papers cut the size of the journal, so they will basically sit like this on every page, like so, depending on what I put next to it. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna add pockets and belly bands, and gonna sew around the pages and ink around the pages. So I will show you some of that process, and we'll speed it up for you a little bit. Before I do all that, I've got my pages all sorted the way I want them. I'm going to add some washi tape to the back and to the spine, just to reinforce it a little bit. I don't want to use cloth or the lace because it will all kind of fall away when I put something on top. And I don't want to do that with this pretty lace, otherwise you won't see it. It would just be a waste. So let's not waste anything. I'm gonna use this script washi tape that Jen sent me. There we go. And it's okay if it's a bit crooked. I mean, this will go mostly over it anyway. And we'll just add a little something to that spine. So that will be the front. I want this one on the back. So that is what we get. Pretty good if you ask me. But yes, we need to decorate a little bit more. So these two I'll put on the side because it's my front cover. And then the first page, I think I'll put them like that. I'll probably put a belly band here and a pocket there. Next page, let's go to a darker one. Let's put this one there. So this is a continuous page, as you can see. Not sure what I'm gonna do with that one yet. I can put some small little booklets there. And perhaps a pocket. See? Another light one. There we go. It's pretty on its own. We'll see what we do with that. And then this will be, there's a little owl there. I hope you can see that because it's quite reflective. And there's a raven there, so I might just actually put like a pocket there, another pocket, because there's already gonna be so many pockets in there. And I don't know, something here. We'll see. We'll see. And then, yeah, that will basically be our journal. So let's start with these ones. So I set a pocket there because this is kind of empty anyway. Use that raven for something else. So what I'm doing is I'm just using my offcuts and the pages that I'm not using at the moment for pockets and all that kind of stuff. Well, that looks kind of cool, doesn't it? But I also like this one. Not that one. I think I'm gonna go with this one for the contrast. So we have to cut that. What did I say? At 120, and let's go with 8. 8? Yeah. 8. 120 and 8. And then for the belly band here, or the pocket, I think I'm gonna do a pocket, like a side tucking pocket. What do we use for that? It's the same owl, so let's not do that. I do have some offcuts. But they're not quite as tall as I would like them to be. That could work. Let's do that. Now, before I glue all that, I wanna stitch around this edge as well. So I have to do that first, then stitch around the whole thing, and then I can glue it into my journal. Same for this thing. So this will be the pocket here. I have to stitch around that edge first, and then stitch around the whole thing, so it can be a pocket, and the stitching is gonna reinforce it. But yeah, so what I'll do, I've got my my bowl of paper clips and clips here. I'll just grab some of these, and then when I come back to it, I know exactly which one goes where, because I'll forget. I will move on and I'll think, oh yeah, let's move back to that page, and I'll go, what was my intention here? So that. So for now, put them back in the journal. Like so. And we move on to the next bit. What do we want to do here? I said tiny booklets that I can probably stick on these things. Or flip ups. No, should be booklets, shouldn't they? That would be cool. I have some cutoffs. That would probably be, yep, just perfect. Okay. So what we can do with that, we can take one and then go about there. We have the correct size. I want to make that longer. So that would stick down and then go like that. Shall we put it like that? That's better. So that would just sit there. Probably leave this on so I can stick some lace on it, so you can do that. There's no offcuts here. There we go. And I can stick that on there. Like so. Could probably make one for that one too. That would make it interesting, wouldn't it? So one there, and then one there that flips open that way. So we have three flips. All right, let's do that. Okay, I've decided to do something cool. So because I don't want this to be, you know, springing up all the time, what I'm gonna do later is put a little strip of paper over with a magnet that closes with a magnet. I thought it was a pretty cool idea, or maybe that way, we'll see. I think if I put it that way you can't really maybe a piece of string that goes underneath. That would be nice too. Make it come out from the sides and then tie it. That's what I might do. So I've got this stuff. Make it long. So I've got wood glue here. I find that it adheres a little bit better with wood glue rather than PVA. And I'm saying that because this is a glossy paper now, because it's printed with a laser printer rather than inkjet. That's pretty cool, right? I know it's got like a little ribbon thing underneath, but so be it. I mean, that's only the last page, really. I think it's a pretty cool idea. I think that's pretty neat. Okay, let me do that for the other two too. So here we have them. The booklets. So when you open one, it's basically the string stays like that, and you flip it out, or you flip it out that way. It doesn't matter. And then you can close it again. I thought it was a cool idea. I still want to stitch around the borders, but we'll do that later. So what we have now is this page and this page. So let's move on to the next one. What are we gonna do with this bad boy? What I could do, of course, let's take this as an example, is find some books, bind a little book together, stick that in first with the pages here, and then stick this down. So we have a little booklet of writing space in there. I might do that. Okay, I'm gonna make the book and then I'll come back in a second. So this is the book that I'll be adding. It's just a A4 halved and then that halved again. And I've added some dictionary pages as well. So this is the top, otherwise the pages will be upside down. There we go. Just gonna poke it through the middle. I'm just gonna eyeball it. Poke it through there. There we go. There. Also just eyeballing it, not measuring anything. Approx. It's fine. You'll be fine. It's all gonna be okay. And then I can see that my thread is missing a thread. Okay, let's redo that because I don't wanna weaken that for any reason. Okay, I think I've got full thread now. Let's try that again, shall we? So at the beginning of this journal I was thinking of how to add pages, but the thought came just to me to do it this way, just as I was making the journal. So don't worry if you can't figure it out, just start and then you'll figure it out. And then coming back through the same hole, leaving the strings at either side. This is a, what is it? What kind of binding is it? Leaflet binding? Brochure binding? Something like that. And sometimes I just like to see the strings in the middle of the journal. Just adds a little something, I think. Alright. So we need to add that, and as you can see it will be underneath, well underneath the pages. So the only thing I need to do here is glue it exactly in the middle, like so. And then these two pages will sit on top, right like that. And then you have your writing space right there in the middle. So I'm just gonna stick it down and then move on to the next page. So now I've glued that in, as you can see. So this will sit like that, and like that. And that's another signature done, or page done. Now we're just gonna move on to this one, which is very dark. I was wondering if I should not put that here, but so we had a dark one here. Let's put this one here, like that. I think that's a bit nicer with the with this part. I can then put a pocket here and probably a pocket on this side as well. And then, so this now will be here. And I would still have the same issue on what to do with it. Oops. Maybe I can put a pocket there with that thing just sitting there. Okay, so what I've done is I've added one page. Otherwise it will get too bulky with all the stuff that I want to add in the sides. So I think we've completed the book now for the main pages. Okay, so I've done a few things. I've inked around this. I still have to sew around it. I kind of forgot before I packed away my sewing machine. And I've inked around brown. What do I use? I use this Gathered Twigs by Tim Holtz and Ranger. And Dauber. So I just ink around the edges so it's not that stark white. And I added an extra bit of washi tape because it was crooked and it did bother me in the end. So now it's less crooked, and let's go through it before I stick it all down. We've got these. They're very shiny, so a bit reflective, but so there's a pocket there. And there's a pocket there. I'm gonna add lace here, I decided. I've got these two. And we've got this one with a pocket here. I don't think I've shown you, but I added a pocket. And then we've got that little booklet. And I've got another pocket here which I've also not shown you, but there it is. And then a tuck spot there. That little one page, I think I'm gonna extend that, so make it a flip in. And then this page, and then the one that is gonna go on the back. So there we have it. I'm gonna glue this all on and come back to you. Before I continue this, I kind of forgot. Oh no, don't forget things. The front top, the front back, and all the sides here, the 3 sides. I'm gonna cut a little slither off to open the envelopes up, and so they become pockets. I will do that whilst I'm gluing stuff down. I've already glued down this owl, but I will continue and cut that open, and then I'll show you when that is done. So this looks a little bit more compact. No bits and bobs falling out. So I've glued everything on, and I will show you what it looks like so far. I'm not done yet. I could be done, but I'm not. There's a pocket. Here's another pocket. Here's the 3 little booklet things, flip outs. Here's the owl in the pocket. Ugh. I'll be filling all these pockets as well. Here's the little book. There's another pocket. There is another pocket. I can't talk today. And another one. And a page. And just a blank page like that, because it's got this thing over the top. And the last one. Now, what I've done, the first page and the last page, I've opened up the tops. I hope you can see that. I've opened up the tops so I can put tags in there, tag cards, journaling cards. And on the sides, I've opened them like that. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna create ephemera like this one. And what I can do with this, for instance, is have that sitting on the side and flipping over like that, which gives a really cool effect. But I'm gonna make my ephemera, I'm probably gonna make another envelope like this with some dictionary paper, and then this stuff, the tissue paper on the other side, and some cards and tags and whatnot. So I'll come back to you when I have a few of these things ready. Okay, first thing I'm going to do, this is the very last one. So I'm gonna add that little piece of paper so it folds out like that. So what I've done, this is just half an A4. I flipped it in half so kind of it fits. And then I'm gonna glue that to the back of that. So now we have this folded piece, which opens this way, but it also opens that way. And with this, what you can do, if you really, really, really want to hide it, you can just go, okay, let's hide it. And then just cut off the excess. Okay. So, now you don't see that anymore. It wouldn't be an issue for me, but just show you what's possible. There we go. Maybe something like that, just on the side. Nothing formal or official there, but I think I have glue on my scissors. That's okay, we can live with that. Adds a little bit of texture, adds a little bit of something, and it's like a pull-out tag. Alright. Something like that. This is velvet. Don't know if I want to add any more to this. It'd probably be nice to put something at the top there. Alright. Makes it a bit more heavy, but it's very nice. It's a very nice textural feel. It's very soft. There we go. Just a little something something. I've realized there's no bird on the page and there's only one at the bottom there, so pretty sure all the rest has birds. Bird. Oh, by the way, I stuck this thing in here. I think that's alright. I can even put it in there. I think I could. I know. I'm just gonna stick it in here for now. Bird. No bird. No bird. Bird. Okay. So, where's my little cutouts? With this thing, or these two birdies. Let's ink it up so it blends in. Oops. Just put that one there. And this one on the other side. So, the journal is now finished, and let me walk you through everything that I've done in this journal. So as you know, I worked with envelopes and I put washi tapes, not washi tape, well they are tapes, washi tapes at the back, and I used various papers for this journal. I wrapped around I dyed it with Tim Holtz ink, so it ties in a little bit better with the journal. And I've added a little charm, a little tassel. Let's open this on up. It's just a wraparound, so it just comes off like that. You can take this off or secure it if you want to. This is the first page. I just left it as is. I just sewed around the edges. Same for the back, because I think it's pretty and embellished as it is. First page, there is a lot going on. So I've made this little embellishment, and what I've put in here is a vintage map where you can journal at the back, 2 task cards, if you will. They're tea stained, and a little dictionary page from a little dictionary, and then there's the raven at the back there. And then here at the top we have a journaling card. Now the journaling cards, I left them blank, just because you have tons and tons of space to write on, or even to put photos on if you would like. Then here we have a journaling tag with the same corner punch and some lace, some real stamps and some ephemera. And I've put some lace and this is velvety trim or ribbon. Inside this pocket is this journaling booklet, so there's lots of space to write in. And another tag. There's more in this pocket, but I'll show you when we flip the page over. And just tuck this back in. There is an envelope that I made myself. So this is dictionary paper with tissue paper on top. And just sewn and then sewn around the edges. And I've put some dictionary papers in there. But you can, of course, put in there whatever you like. And use the dictionary papers as embellishments. And then on the little paper clip is some trim and a little key. There we go. Then we've got one of those booklets here and the raven. And on this page we have some old stamps and some ephemera and another 2 of those. In this pocket we have another journaling card with some trim and the bell. In this pocket I've put a large, not a journaling card, a dictionary paper, just for some interest, and a booklet, so there's lots of writing space there as well. So even though you make a book out of envelopes that doesn't have a lot of writing space because you are embellishing every single page, you can add these kind of pages to it. That makes it a journal. Because a journal without journaling pages, can you call it a journal? I don't know. I think a journal for me is to write in. I put some trim there, just because it's absolutely gorgeous. And then this is the booklet that I showed you how I made it. It's the middle of the signature, and then the rest is the same as the first part. I've got some trim here and some sari silk, and then in here is another map and some dictionary paper. In here I have another journaling card with some trim, and then here over the skull I added some lace just because I thought that looked cool. And this is the owl envelope, and inside the envelope is another few of those little dictionary papers. And this is that flip out page. I've embellished it with, this is a real stamp again with a raven on it from Poland, and there's a little feather on the lace. And it flips out like that, or like that, and there's the lace trim as well. And then I've just left this page as is. And then at the back here I have something special, because there's 2 lots in here. One is a journaling card with the black lace. The other one is a little booklet. What I did with that, this is some trim that I prepared before. There's a little magnet there. So it snaps closed. And then there's a little pocket there with some paper and dictionary paper. And some paper, and this is actually, what paper is it? Pastel paper for soft pastels. So yeah, but it has a nice texture, and I thought it added something nice to this journal. So that's it for this collaboration with Fahy Art and Jen's Creative Kreations. I hope you liked my creation of this bird, raven, owl journal that is a little bit on the dark side, but this is really the aesthetic that I really like. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you thought of this collaboration, and please check out the other channels as well to see what they created. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.